I am leaving the meadows right now. I'm just leaving Tim's barn, actually. I wanted to come back up and watch the vet scope Simba and ask her what in the name of Jesus that was. Now, Simba was acting up. He was rearing up and striking. And when we trained him the other day, he really didn't train that well, but we knew what was going on. He flipped his palate. It was really loose. There was an ulcer on his palate, so we were going to treat him, right? Now, obviously, he didn't get an ulcer from people grabbing a hold of him, because I know I haven't taken him off the gate, and it didn't appear that Aaron has for a while. So this is probably, here's the tough thing, is that a lot of people just treat horses flipping their palates. They'll treat them with Baycox, and I've fallen into that routine too, because a lot of times it works. Now, the obvious question from anybody with any analytical sense whatsoever would be, why does that work, Anthony? I don't know. I don't know. You know, I don't want to get in the habit of putting, having the vet inject the horse's palate to shrink it up so it doesn't flip. The problem is you have these two pieces that fit very well together. They move in different ways, right? The palate. And if you get any rubbing on there, you're going to get an ulcer. It's going to get painful, and that swelling will lead to horses flipping their palate. That can be serious, it can be minor, but it usually causes a problem. You wouldn't scope a horse and say, oh my God, he's been flipping his palate all this time. I'm so surprised. You would really have the horse race subpar and say to yourself, Jesus, what's wrong with this horse today? Scope him. Oh, there's an ulcer. We've had lots of ulcers on their palates, flipping their palates. It's not a real huge problem. It's not a real, oh my God, he's flipping his palate. It's not, he wasn't making a noise. I didn't hear him do anything. I just knew Simba wasn't himself. And I knew coming out of the gate he wasn't himself. But what am I going to do? Drag him, pull him over backwards to hope that the guy doesn't fill the 4-hole on me? Which I would. I look like a sitting duck. I'm 11-1. I'm not letting me in the 4-hole. So I continued on knowing they would probably cut me loose on the front end. Take your lumps. Hope that he's okay. And then, gather everything up and start again next week. So, my God, this is a tight fit. Get a little more room here. Out of the gate, I knew 2 steps out of the gate he wasn't that good. And he didn't train that good. So really, it's my fault. I shouldn't have left with him to begin with. It just looked like a couple of 5 and 6 were bet down real close. I figured if I'd snap over the way he does sometimes, follow along, get a third. Hey, Tim, the horse is a little flat today, and fix him up. Now, he trained a little flat. We scoped him. We were going to Baycox him. So that requires the vet giving him the stuff. He was acting up so bad they didn't give it to him. So he didn't get Baycox this week. And did it play a role? I don't know. We scoped him after. He was flipped while they were scoping him. So he flipped his palate today. And it wasn't for me grabbing a hold of him. It's because he has a little ulcer on his palate. Now, before everybody loses their shit thinking about Forged in Fire and the ulcers on the palate, it doesn't work that way. That's a 1 in a million thing. It wouldn't happen again in this lifetime or the next. It's a very common thing. A little tiny ulcer on a palate just causes irritation, swelling, flip. So you got to get rid of that ulcer. So we'll give him a week off again. I know it sucks, but he's been racing good outside of today and the odd lackluster performance. But Stonebridge Simba's really come on in the middle part of the summer. So I'd said to Tim, he's due to be shod. So chop all his toes off, because he got that old foot and he gets real easy quarter cracks. Chop all his toes off, turn him out for a week. We Baycoxed him, so they were there. When they were scoping him, I had them administer the Titazerol. The brand name for that is Baycox. Administer it, and some electrolytes and some water. So now he's hydrated. He's cranky today, but he's cranky. Probably his feet are a little sore. He flipped his palate, blah, blah, blah. Give you a million excuses. He was piss poor today. So now he's hydrated. Now he has the medication he needed. We're going to get him shod, kick him out to the field, race West 52nd, and one of those horses will likely join Mark Harder. Unless Mark messages me back, he forgot. Unless he messages me back and says, no, they can't do, then they won't. But from what I can see, they can. So one of them would be heading to Mark Harder's. Johan today, a lot went on with Johan today. Obviously, the end result was he was flat, scoped, 4 to 10. So I guess in a normal, why don't we just call that 2 out of 5? Is that okay? 2 out of 5 for the vet said 4 to 10, and I looked at him. He didn't know what I was doing. I said, I don't know him that well. I don't want to make fun of him. 4 to 10 for mucus, or 2 out of 5, which probably caused him to be a little flat. Now, the thing I did like about Johan today, he was a little hot warming up. And I didn't like that. Now, he didn't bleed, so that's good. Little hot warming up today, but I put him right on the gate, and he behaved. Coming out of the gate, he was quiet. So I said to Tim, there's no need to scorch him in the warm-up anymore. Why don't we just jog him once or twice warming up and try and put him right on the gate? So next week, we're not going to warm him up hard like I did the last 2 times. Going to jog him, keep him very quiet, come out, walk him up to the outrider, have her walk him around, put him right on the gate, and let him rock. And I think from what I could see today, that will be a good experience. That 4 out of 10 for mucus can be cleaned up with a little bit of... the vet can give him some medication to dry that up. I suspect you'll see him come back closer to his form the first week than today. Now, obviously, the miles were a little slower today. The track wasn't as good. It was windy. Just wasn't as good and nice a day. So give him a little leeway there. Factor in that mucus, and I think you can see that Johan has got a clear path to be a decent horse right here at the Meadows for the next little while. So that's good. White Tiger. You know, I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I knew in the back of my mind I can win this race from anywhere. But I say to myself, I don't want to get beat, dragging him back to last. The same reason I wanted him to leave Ontario, drive him the same way and get beat. I wouldn't sleep tonight. So I said, I'm going to let him float out, drive him over to the front, you know, and probably win. If he's good, we'll race him on the front next time. If he's not, we'll change up and race him from behind. Runs in the first turn. We got a line pole on the outside to race him at Woodbine. I wanted to take it off, and I said, no, I just don't want to change anything today. He's never been in a spot where he left and then has to slowly grind to the front. Never in his life. And he's not a front-end horse anyway. I know there's some people that say, oh, he's good on the front. No, he's not good on the front. He set the world record from behind. Virtually every race he's ever raced was from behind. He's not good on the front. He waits and waits. He could have raced from anywhere today. But, you know, you could see he was tons the best. Made a break, caught up the field, circled up, finished second in 55-4, tried to, 56-1? You know, I'm just going to race him easy next week, drop him over in behind, fish the horse out third over, and dust them like he would have today. So chalk that up to me being a complete bonehead and not understanding leaving the race. There isn't a horse in the race that can't trot 30 seconds or 29 in the end of it. So what are you worried about? You know this horse can trot 27 in a piece. Anyway, he still fits the class. We can race him in there next week. Now, a great webcast last night. We had well over 130-some people tune in. And I got a ton of responses again. Anthony, I so appreciate everybody reaching out and saying, hey, I'll take this % of this horse, or this is how much I want to put in. This is exactly what I wanted to see happen, and thank you very much for doing it. One problem, I didn't think so many people would do it. And I've been inundated with emails, and I'm terrified I'm going to forget somebody. There are 2 horses that are sold out right now at our price point, and I'm worried I'm going to miss somebody. So, I dropped it on Kelly last minute. She said she's going to take care of it. We're building forms so that you can win. If you're a client of thestable.ca, you can win to the Ohio sale. You can look at the horse. You already know what our price point is. I'm not listing the price point. If you want to know the price point, message me. I'll be happy to tell you. But I can't put it on there. It just makes no sense. It's just stupid. So we're going to have the horse's name, and you can fill out, you can sign in. I assume this is what's going to happen. You're going to sign in, fill out what percentages you want or whatnot, and Kelly will have that logged in so that when horse whatever, you know, the hammer drops on that horse, we know there's 71% of that horse sold. Those people have first dibs at the horse, right? There's 29% available. We'll sell that 29% off. It looks like we're well on our way to having a strong sale. If the prices are as low or moderate as I hope they are, and there's going to be gaps regardless. Even if the COVID-19 didn't hit, there's going to be gaps in the sale, and we're going to get some horses we want. So having this put together you have no idea how important this is for me. So thank you, everybody that sent a message in. If you're waiting for the forms to be built for you to register, then please, by all means, go ahead. But thanks a lot for doing this. I really appreciate it, and it makes my job much, much easier. So when we get through the Ohio sale, we'll move on to Lexington, London, Harrisburg, the Buckeyes in between, stuff like that. So I would say a moderately productive day. We know what happened with Stonebridge Simba. I drove White Tiger like an idiot, and Johan, I'm happy. He did the things that he's been doing wrong in Ontario, he did right today. We can fix the mucus, and we can keep him quiet in the post braid. Very happy with everybody today for the most part. Unhappy a little bit with myself with White Tiger. And if there was a horse that needed a, hey, don't worry about it, we'll get them next week, champ, it was Stonebridge Simba. He's had a great year. So that is today. That's all I wanted to talk about. A little 10-minute talk and a little 10-minute rant. I'm now at the hotel. I'm going to get a little bite to eat with Tim and talk about some other things that are going on. And off to the races tomorrow. We got Captain's Maid and a couple of Tims. After that, I'm driving to Upper Sandusky. I'm going to race there on Wednesday, and I believe that is it for me till Sunday in Delaware. Thought I had the weekend off, but I believe Delaware starts on Sunday. So Thursday, all day, videos and prep for our sale. Friday is the sale. Biggest sale of the year for the stable.ca. Saturday, I have off. I'm going to hopefully watch Spirit of Dio do well in Ontario. And then Sunday, we got Compass Rose DC, spend that money. And I believe Ailsund also on Sunday. So, that is it. We'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you again for tuning into the webcast. If you missed it, I'm sure you can still watch it. And it's a good day. Take care.